Welcome to News Trending Channel, your go-to source for the latest news and updates from around the world. We bring you breaking news, trending stories, and in-depth analysis to keep you informed and up-to-date. In today's headlines, we bring you the latest on the postponement of the reopening of schools for the second term across the country. The government has announced a one-week delay in the reopening of both primary and secondary schools due to the ongoing floods wreaking havoc in various regions. The decision to postpone the reopening comes as schools grapple with the devastating effects of the floods, which have destroyed school infrastructure and put the lives of students and staff at risk. Stay tuned as we bring you more details on this developing story and other top headlines from around the world. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay informed with the latest news updates. Welcome. The government has announced the postponement of the reopening of both primary and secondary schools across the country by a week due to the ongoing floods wreaking havoc in various regions. The decision comes following warnings from the Kenya Meteorological Department of more rains expected in the next 7 days, with landslides already experienced in some areas. In a statement to newsrooms, Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu confirmed the postponement, citing the adverse effects of the floods on several schools across the country. Reports received by the Ministry of Education, supported by data from other relevant government agencies, indicate that many schools have been severely affected by the rains. Minister Machogu emphasized that the devastating effects of the floods have made it imprudent to risk the lives of learners and staff. Therefore, the reopening of schools will be postponed until adequate safety measures are put in place to ensure the well-being of all affected school communities. The Ministry of Education will collaborate with relevant agencies and stakeholders to mitigate the adverse effects of the rains and provide regular updates on developments in the education sector. This is the circular from the Ministry of Education and it reads as follows. This decision comes as a relief to parents, some of whom had urged the government to postpone the reopening of schools due to the ongoing rains.
Following heavy rains across the country, it is a situation that is affecting at least 150 schools where pupils and students are expected to report back for the second term starting Monday. At Sekinga Primary School in Nambale, the county of Busia, over 600 learners will be forced to use 4 classrooms after strong winds blew off iron sheets from 10 classrooms.
Hasara ni kubwa.
6 primary schools and 1 secondary school have been affected by floods. The supply shared by those displaced by floods in Nairobi and who are seeking shelter in nearby schools in Mathare and Kiamaiko areas.
Lakini tungesihi kama kuna mahali tunaona watoto wanaweza kuwa kwa hatari, shule hizo zisifunguliwe, sababu hatutaki kupoteza maisha ya watoto wetu.
Ingekuwa vyema kwa hali hii kama serikali could have considered postponing the opening of schools, sababu hali iko mbaya sana.
Raila and the team of MPs said the serikali hii itangaze kwamba hili ni jambo la dharura. They don't seem to have taken seriously that matter. Kwa hivyo mambo haya yana umuhimu sana.
Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has stepped in to alleviate the situation by facilitating transport for stranded students in the city. Governor Sakaja's teams are currently stationed at various bus stations, arranging transportation for children in uniform as they make their way back home. Following the early morning announcement of the postponement of the school reopening, some students and pupils found themselves stranded in bus stations after having been released by their parents to report to school. Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has taken the initiative to pay the return bus fare for these stranded students. The Kenya Railways Corporation has also announced that students who had purchased standard gauge railway SGR tickets and were affected by the abrupt change in the school's opening date will be allowed to use their tickets from Monday, May 6th to Friday, May 10th. This directive applies only to students and their accompanying guardians. However, the Education Ministry's late announcement has caused inconvenience and confusion among parents and students. Some had already travelled on Sunday evening to ensure they were in school on time, only to learn of the new development after arriving at the institutions. The National Parents Association chairman, David Obuhotsa, acknowledged the challenges caused by the abrupt decision to extend the school opening date by 1 week. He urged school managers to collaborate with education officers in their areas to take care of boarding school students who have already reported until the new reporting date. In response to the situation in Nairobi, Governor Johnson Sakaja has undertaken to pay the return bus fare for stranded students in the county. The government issued a circular at 1 a.m. extending the school opening date to May 6, 2024, after some students had already reported to their respective schools. As the nation grapples with the devastating effects of ongoing floods, the decision to postpone the reopening of schools underscores the government's commitment to prioritizing the safety and well-being of students and staff. Stay tuned for further updates on this developing story and more trending news updates. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest news and updates. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.
Please move to a safer ground rather than building a back and then you don't know whether the rains are coming.